Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Yoga for Cancer. Here in my basement home studio, I am inviting you to join us. And by the us, I mean you will see several others helping me do this class here today who are in various parts of the United States. We'll have Dale in New Hampshire, Kathleen and Sheila, who are both in Manhattan, and I'm here in Vermont. And I don't know where all of you are, but I do know that we have been able to reach people quite far, all the way to Australia, this way, Australia at 4 a.m. in the morning, and as far away as Turkey. So wherever you are, welcome, and find a nice, comfortable place to be for the next almost hour. We will need a few props. I'm going to ask you to at least have 2, if not more, yoga blocks, or as I am using my paper towel rolls, they feel really good. They're very supportive. And sit in a cross-legged position. I am on a cushion with several blankets. If you have a bolster or cushion or whatever, just sit upright so your spine is nice and long. And then let's be comfortable. Close our eyes. Let your hands rest on your thighs. And start with a beautiful cleansing breath. The focus of our class today is going to be on sleep and anxiety, 2 side effects that I believe are not uncommon to cancer survivorship and also to coronavirus survivorship. So what I'd like to focus on today and teach you is how we can use the powerful exhale of our breath, of our breathing pattern. How the exhale can be both an aid to those feelings of anxiety and also a great comfort when you are having problems with sleep. So let's start with sitting up tall with your hands still on your thighs. Let's take an in-breath, that's an inhale, and bring the spine forward. And as you exhale, arching the spine, rounding it slightly, going backwards on the exhale. One more, just like that, real simple. Inhale, come forward, hips come forward, heart comes forward. And when you exhale, it's the only time in Yoga for Cancer that the nose comes in front of the heart. Then come to a nice long spine and bring your palms together in front of your heart. So we're starting with a breath awareness practice, very, very simple, but it's a place to focus when you might be having a moment of anxiety. Palms are together, and not to pray, but to watch what happens when we breathe. Breathing in, that inhale, the palms expand out, heart maybe coming slightly forward. And as you exhale, keep the heart lifted like that, but bring the palms back together. Inhale, opens the chest, reaches the hands out, and as you exhale, ever so slowly, bringing the palms to touch. Now we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale out, open, collarbones get broad, shoulder blades touch on the back. As you exhale, coming forward with the palms and feeling, touching with a brightness that you feel every joint of your fingers. Now this time, inhale again, broaden across the heart, shoulder blades kiss on the back. But as you exhale this time, ever so slowly, slower, slower, to where you almost touch. That's a soft exhale. Okay, so we're going to distinguish between 2 kinds of exhales. A brisk, bright exhale and a soft one. And how to use them in order to aid in your maybe feeling anxious or aid in sleep. Now, cross your legs the opposite way. Now, we move the spine in 5 directions as we warm it up. And in doing that, I want to start with a little bit of an explanation and experiment with you. So if I were to say, inhale and bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Touch the bolster, the floor, whatever. Inhale again, fill. And then without exhaling, side bend over to the left, still full of your breath. Inhale back to center. This time, as you exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale back to center. Now, did you feel the difference? You feel that when you breathe out and exhale, side bend, you can go a little further, a little deeper. That's because you are using a bright exhale. That means the abdominal muscles are working with the diaphragm. Let's try it on the right side. Inhale, the left arm up. That's an inhale. Now side bend without exhaling. See how far over you can get. I can hardly breathe. Inhale back to center. Now exhale and side bend. See how much deeper you can go? Let's try that on a twist. Inhale. Now twist left. Inhale back to center. Now as you exhale, twisting left. Inhale center. Twist right without exhaling. See how it limits your movement? Inhale back to center. Nice big inhale. Now, as you exhale, twisting over to the right. Inhale back to center, and let's pull that all together 2 times. Inhale, cow pose, heart comes forward. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, just the left hand down. Inhale again, elongate. Now, side bending left as you exhale. Inhale, center both arms up. Exhale, right hand down. Elongate on an inhale. And then side bend on your exhale. Inhale back to center. We're going to exhale and twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale back to center. Cross through the opposite crossing of your legs without using your hands. Exhale, bring your hands down. Cat and cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left down. Elongate, side bend on your exhale. Inhale, center, right down. Elongate on an inhale, side bend on the exhale. Inhale, center both arms. Exhale brings you into a twist left. Inhale, center. And exhale brings you to a twist to the right. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, bring them down onto your knees. We're going to do one more sort of cat and cow kind of movement here. I'm going to remove my blocks. I might get my towels. I want your right knee to be lifted and your left foot to be behind the right ankle. And then holding on nice and tight to that right shin. I'm using my paper towel as a little bit of a comfort to my left knee. On an inhale, we're going to bring the chest forward. On an exhale, we're going to pull the navel back into a bright exhale. So that means the abdominal muscles are touching the front of my spine. Inhale, coming forward again. And exhale, that bright exhale, helping the diaphragm move. One more. Inhale, coming forward. And it's the engagement of the abdominal muscles as you exhale that helps stimulate that diaphragmatic breathing. Now let's switch our legs. Left leg forward, right leg turned down to the floor. Inhale, chest lifts. The exhale, nice and bright. Inhale, forward. Exhale, nice and bright as those abdominal muscles work with the diaphragm to make it engage. One more. Inhale, engaging the chest up, the shoulder blades on your back, and the bright exhale. Inhale, coming forward. And this time, let's stretch both legs out in front. I'm going to use my paper towels under my thighs. We know with research that exercise helps lessen anxiety. And we also know from real solid research that exercise prepares the body for sleep. So with our legs stretched forward, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling, inhale. And as I exhale, I find that bright engagement of my abdominal muscles moving inward. Inhale, slide my hands up my legs and all the way up towards the ceiling. That's an inhale. It's the powerful exhale that helps our abs come forward. Inhale, slide the hands all the way up. As I exhale, using a bright exhale, I come forward, but just far enough that my heart does not go behind my nose. Last one, sliding up as I inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, real bright, pulling the navel into the front of the spine. Inhale all the way up. And let's move now from here into our cat and cow. So I'm going to let Dale show you how we're going to do cat and cow, putting our shoulder blades, our wrists right underneath our shoulders and our knees right underneath our hips. And as you inhale, what happens? Well, that belly drops. And as you exhale, the spine arches into cat. The exhale, bright. Navel lifts up. And inhale again, coming forward. Exhale, arching the spine. Bright exhale. And another one like that. Inhale, coming forward, dropping the navel. And the bright exhale, lifting the spine up into a cat shape. Now come to neutral. And on an in-breath, let the right leg come back behind you, straight back behind you, leaving the toes on the floor. As you exhale, feel the abdominal muscles tighten. And then on your next inhale, let the opposite arm, the left arm, come straight out in front of you. That's an elongation, both of the leg and the arm. And then using your abdominal muscles, let's lift the elbow and knee to come together with that bright exhale. Good. Inhale, out and back, toes on the floor. And next one, elbow, that's on the bright exhale as you come together. Inhale, extend and expand. And the exhale, one last time into the center. And then putting the knee and the hand down, let's do the opposite side. So as you inhale, take that left leg back. Exhale here, find one bright exhale, lifting the navel to the front of the spine. Then your next in-breath, let that right arm float out in front of you. Find that bright exhale to bring the right elbow and left knee together. Inhale, it extends out. And it is the exhale, really preparing that diaphragm to find restful sleep. We're getting it in shape so you can breathe restfully as you exhale and inhale in your sleep. And then bring both knee and hand down. And we will find our blocks. So here, Sheila, you might want to walk your blocks back or your knees forward. There you go. That's good. That works just as well. And anybody who has issues with their knees, you might want to take a few minutes. You'll catch up with this, put a blanket underneath your knees. Now we're going to do similar, but on an inhale, take your right leg back behind you. On the exhale, that's that bright exhale. Bring that right foot forward between the blocks. Okay, we're going to do a little seesaw here 3 times. Inhale brings the chest forward, heart in front of nose. And the exhale straightens that right leg as much as possible. It doesn't need to be a runner's stretch. It can just be a little bit. Inhale, bringing it forward. And each time you exhale and draw that right hip back, you try not to move the foot. Okay, one more like that. Inhale, come forward. And the exhale brings you back. Inhale, come to neutral. And on an exhale, using your abdominal muscles, let's bring the right knee next to the left and to the left side. The in-breath takes that left leg back. It's the out-breath, that bright exhale, that brings it forward. Tightening. On an inhale, let's bring the chest and heart forward. On the exhale, straighten that left leg as much as possible. In-breath brings you forward. Exhale brings it back. Inhale forward. That feels good, but it's the exhale on that bright exhale, bringing it back, that gives you all the control for the big movements we're going to do next. Inhale forward. And with an exhale, bring both knees together, Sheila. Okay, now I'm going to add in a new little trick here. If this works for you, fine. If not, that's okay. Just go back to the regular seesaw. On an inhale, take that right leg back behind you. Okay, now on the next exhale, bring that right foot forward. Bright exhale. Now, in breath brings you forward, not only your chest, but also your left heel. See if your left heel can kick your butt. On an inhale. Good, nice, Sheila. Exhale, place the foot down and draw the right hip back. Two more like that. Inhale, chest and heart forward, and that left heel kicks your butt. Opening up the psoas, the front of the body just a little more. And the bright exhale draws that right hip back. Did we do 3? If not, do one more. Inhale, coming forward, kicking yourself in the butt. Look how her chest rises. And that strong exhale, drawing the navel back into the center of the body. Then come to neutral, and we'll switch the legs. On an inhale, left leg goes back. On an exhale, that left foot floats between the blocks. Okay, here we go. Inhale, come forward, and now the right heel kicks the right butt. Inhale, bring it back, rest the right foot. Inhale, coming forward, and a little kick in that butt. Look how broad and open her chest is. Does that help maybe a little bit? Exhale, bringing it back. And if it doesn't work for you, no problem. Inhale forward, and exhale, drawing that hip back. Inhale, coming forward. Now, let's tuck the right toes under. With an in-breath, lift the right knee so you extend that right heel back. Great. Now, powerful exhale again. Straighten the left leg. Seesawing now with 2 straight legs. Inhale, come forward with that left knee. 2 more. Exhale, brings that bright exhale back. Inhale brings you forward. And again, the exhale draws that hip back. Now, listen carefully. Inhale, come forward, bending the left knee. And as you exhale, bring your right arm out and up. No, the arm comes out, taking a twist. Good. As you exhale, bring it down onto the block. Inhale, look forward, and use the exhale to bring the right arm twisting up again. On the exhale, brightening up with that exhale, and it comes down. One more like that. Inhale, and then exhale, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, it comes down onto the blocks. This time we're going to go forward. So look forward, reach back with the right heel, and exhale both feet together. Drop your hips, lift your heart, and inhale, fly all the way up to stand. Woo! Let's go right back down again, Sheila, and we'll do the opposite leg. On an inhale, I think it's the left leg that goes back this time, right? Good, I hope so. Okay, exhale and straighten the right leg. So seesawing back and forth. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, straighten both legs. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, straighten both legs. Now, inhale, coming forward with that right knee. That's an inhale. But on your exhale, take the left arm out and into a twist. This time as you inhale, let that left arm float over your left ear and back down. That's an inhale. Exhale and twist again with that left arm. Inhale, sweep it forward and down. And exhale, bring it up to twist. And inhale all the way forward and down. Beautiful. Okay, look forward, inhale, heart coming forward. And as we exhale, both feet together. Drop your hips, lift your heart, and inhale, flying all the way up. And exhale, one breath in Tadasana. Good, Tadasana, our standing pose. I'm going to have Dale now do a crescent pose at the front of our mat. Oh, she can step back a little bit, and you can stay between your blocks, but we want Dale to step back so you can see her. Her feet are a little bit separated. They're not necessarily as wide as her hips, but a little tiny bit separated. Holding the arms down by the side. On an in-breath, rotate the palms up and lift the arms all the way to the ceiling. And you can steeple your fingers here or tuck them behind your head if that is uncomfortable for you. But Dale is going to steeple her fingers. On an in-breath, she's going to ground through her heels and take her steeple up towards the ceiling a little bit higher. Remember, as you exhale, you're going to side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center, and side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center, and take your left hand down onto your left side. And lift your right heel just a little bit off the floor, so your right heel is lifted. Inhale and stretch the right arm up. And then as you exhale, side bend over to the left. Now stay here and do one inhale. Inhale, stretch a little longer through that right side. And as you exhale, lower that right heel down onto the floor. Oh my goodness, she went another 3 inches over to the left. Doesn't that feel good on the right side? Inhale, come back to center and breathe if you need to. Don't ever stop breathing, and bring that right arm down by your side. Let's do the other side. If I'm going a little bit slower than you, faster or slower, you just go right ahead and breathe. But each time we exhale is when we side bend. Inhale that right arm up and left arm, and lift the left heel just slightly so you're up on the left toes. Elongate with the inhale, and then side bend with the heel still lifted on the exhale. Inhale, grow a little longer in that left side with an inhale, and then simultaneously as you put that left heel down, a little deeper side bend. Whew, really feels good on me. Inhale, both arms up, and as you exhale, bring both arms down by your side. And let's walk back to the front between our block towers, and we're going to do what's called the block test. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is place your hands on your magic button on your thighs, press down in the thighs, and bend your knees deeply, sticking the booty out behind you, heart forward, nose behind heart, looking slightly forward, and reach for your blocks. See if you can reach them. Ah, she can touch them just fine. So on an inhale, we're going to rise up, turning the palms out, lifting the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, bend the knees deeply, bringing the hands onto the blocks. We'll do that 2 more times. The inhale brings us up from chair pose, and the exhale brings you down onto your blocks. Did I say 3? Inhale, up again. And exhale, hands to blocks. This little bit of exercise is proven to help prepare the body for sleep. On an inhale, take your right leg back behind you. On an exhale, bring that right knee to the floor. Let the in-breath lift the arms out first and then up. And the out-breath, that's right out-breath, hands down onto your blocks. Engage that right leg, reaching it back. And exhale, bringing it forward with that bright abdomen as you inhale, come up. And right back down again, engaging with your strong exhale. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, the left knee to the floor. Inhale, arms up. And that bright exhale, engaging the abdomen, brings your hands down. The in-breath lengthens the left leg, and the out-breath brings you forward. Drop the hips, lift the heart. Inhale and fly up. And let's do that one more time on each side. Hands to blocks. Inhale, left, right leg back. Exhale, knee to the floor, arms out and up. The exhale, that bright exhale, brings hands to blocks. Inhale, lengthens, and it's the exhale that brings you forward with control. Inhale, fly up again, and bend the knees deeply. Control through that bright exhale. Inhale, left leg back, and the exhale brings it to the floor. Arms rotate out and up. And last one, hands down onto the blocks. Lengthen that left leg, and the powerful exhale, it's brightening up as you inhale. Sweep the arms out and up, and arms by your side. Good. Okay, now we're going to do some more, a little bit more through side angle and warrior two pose, which is one of my favorites. But first, let's get to our side angle. On an inhale, sweep the arms, the palms out and then up. Deep bend in the knees, exhale, hands to blocks. In breath, right leg back. Exhale, right knee to the floor. Okay, now from here, we're going to inhale our left leg back behind us. That's okay, Sheila. We'll start over again. All right, put your left foot between the block, okay? Now on an inhale, lift the right knee, extending that right leg, and turn the right heel down to the floor. Good. All right, now you are in a side angle. Okay, good. I want you to take your right arm and swing it forward in front of you, inhaling. And then as you exhale, come into a really big twist with your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Okay. Inhale, reach that right arm over your ear, away from your right heel into the center of the room. Exhale, let it bring you back into your twist. Okay. Inhale, stretch it over your right ear. And then exhale, coming back into your twist. Okay, one more time like that. The inhale goes forward, and the exhale uses that bright muscle in the center of your body to twist you to the right. Another one into the center of the room. And now, as you exhale, instead of twisting, bring that right arm all the way up, and your torso is stacked over your legs into warrior two. Beautiful. Okay. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your arms down onto either side. Straighten your arms down. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Stay in warrior two. Back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg and bring your arms down by your side. There you go. All right. Inhale, let the left knee float forward towards the blocks. And arms out into warrior two. Good. Exhale, straighten the left leg, arms by your side. Last one. Inhale, open up. Now, as you exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down onto the blocks. Let an inhale lift the right heel, and the out breath bring you forward between your blocks. Drop your hips, lift your heart. Inhale, fly up. And then let's go to the other side, bending the knees through chair, hands to blocks. And this time, I think the left leg goes back behind you. Good. Keep the right hand where it is. Turn the left heel to the floor. Beautiful. Now, on an in-breath, let that left arm float out in front of you, sort of feeling that elongation from the left heel to the right left hand. Now, find an exhale to twist your torso up. There you go. Inhale, stretch that left arm over the left ear to the center of the room and then down. And then exhale, it brings you up into a twist. Inhale, it goes forward and down. And the exhale engages that bright exhale in the center of your body into the twist. One more like that. Inhale over the ear and then down. And then the exhale brings you all the way up. This time we're going to inhale over and coming into warrior two on the opposite side. Exhale and straighten that right leg, arms down. Inhale, bend the right knee, warrior two. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten. Inhaling to warrior two. And now engage the abdominal muscles to cartwheel your hands all the way to the blocks. And inhale to lift the left heel. And that beautiful bright exhale to bring you forward between your blocks. Inhale and swing the arms all the way out and up. And one breath in Tadasana. So now we're going to do pyramid pose. And I think Kathleen likes to do this. So I'm going to ask Kathleen if she can, she's between her blocks there. Yeah, good. And let's start with sweeping the arms out. Inhale, deep bend in the knees. Exhale, hands to blocks. Now, let's take the left leg back first, Kathleen, if you don't mind. Good. All right, turn the heel down to where you would be if you were coming into warrior two, but walk it in a little bit. So shorten your stance a whole bunch. She has nice long legs. So now from here, as she inhales and looks forward and uses an exhale to straighten her right leg. Good. All right. Inhale, look forward. And this time with strong legs holding you up, bring your hands onto your right leg, front leg. Good. And slide your hands up to your waist, all the way up that right leg. Good. Inhale, come forward, sliding the hands down. And use the powerful exhale to slide the hands up, because there we are, using that bright exhale to bring us up. Inhale, let the chest and heart come forward, sliding the hands back down. And the exhale, self-massage here, but also engaging those abdominal muscles, which are going to help with our sleepless nights. Last one, slide your hands down. And then maybe this time, Kathleen, place your hands back on your blocks. Lift the left heel on an inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, bring your feet together. Bend your knees, drop your hips, inhale, flying up. And exhale, one breath into Tadasana. Okay, that was a great pyramid pose. You really do look like a pyramid. Let's do the other side. Rotate the palms out. Inhale, lift the arms up. And as you exhale, bring the arms down onto the blocks. Let those feet come a little bit further, yeah, between the blocks. Good. Now, which leg are we doing? I think the right leg is going back. Inhale the right leg back. And then walk it in a little bit and turn the toes out like you are in warrior two pose. Find a powerful exhale. That's when you engage that bright exhale, straightening straightening both legs. Good. And then bring both hands onto your front leg. Inhale here, stretch the heart forward. And exhale, sliding it all the way up. Inhale, bring the heart and hands down your legs. Exhale, sliding it up. And you're exhaling, sliding, lift up your leg, massaging it. And you're working in unison with that diaphragm muscle. Inhale, come forward. And the exhale brings you all the way up to the groin, taking lymph and diaphragm with you as you engage your abdominal muscles. Last one, Kathleen. The strong, bright exhale brings you up. Good. And the next time you come forward on an inhale, slide your hands down and onto the blocks. Lift your back heel, inhale, and with an exhale, come forward. Hips down, heart lifts, coming all the way up to stand and to Tadasana. Beautiful. Now we do a standing pose in the Yoga for Cancer class, because even though we are focusing on anxiety and sleep, we build bones by weight loading, and we're going to do tree pose. So maybe you want to use a chair or a wall. I think Kathleen's going to use a wall. And it looks like she is starting on is that your left hand on the wall? Oh, good. Okay. And she's going to turn her right knee out to the side and let her right ankle rest on her left ankle. That looks pretty good from there. Or maybe she sneaks it up onto her shin, the outside of her shin. That looks really well supported. Good. Now, all of her weight now has been shifted. She's shifted the load of her body. That's what builds bone. When we put stress of a bigger load on one side of the body, it stresses the bones so they build. But we're going to add in a little bit more stressor here. We're going to work with movement and breath. That makes it a little bit more difficult to keep your balance. Inhale that right arm straight up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, let it come down into the middle of your chest, Kathleen, as if it was coming into prayer. Good. Inhale, it reaches up, away from that standing left heel. And it's the bright out breath that brings everything into the center, maybe letting that left thigh push back just a little bit. Two more like that. Inhale, it comes up. And exhale, it comes into the center of your chest. Good. And then release, and we'll do the other side. I think that was about 30 seconds. That's about the length of time we need to do bone building. Oh, very good. She's going to do it on the opposite side. That makes it easier for me. Okay, so she has her right hand on the wall, and she's going to take her left heel and rest it on her right ankle. And then maybe slide that up the shin just slightly. Oh, good. That looks really well balanced. Okay, good. And on an inhale, she lifts that left arm up towards the ceiling. As she exhales, she brightens up her abdominal muscles as she brings the left hand into prayer in front of her heart. So each time we inhale, we elongate the spine. We let our tree root grow deeper, inhaling the left arm up. And each time we exhale, we find that bright center of our body to release the breath and support the diaphragm. One more like that. Inhale up. And exhale to the center of the body. I forget how many we did, but let's do one more. Okay, Kathleen. Inhale up. And exhale to the center of the body. And then taking your time now, releasing the left leg and coming back to your blocks. And we can use them to come to, we're going to do some seated poses. So standing between the blocks, let's do our step backs to get down on the floor. On an inhale, sweep the arms out and up towards the ceiling. Deep bend in the knees. Exhale, hands to blocks, heart still lifting. Inhale, take the right leg back. Exhale, right knee to the floor. Inhale, look up. And as you exhale, bring both knees together. And then take your hips to either side to come and sit to either, not both sides, but either, your choice. Okay, and let the legs stretch out in front of you. If you need to sit up on something, a blanket might be a good idea. I know when I do seated poses, I like to have a little bit of lift. We're going to do seated spinal twist first of all. Left leg is extended. Right leg, draw it in and cross it over the heel to the outside of the left leg. And we've done this in our seated cat and cow in the beginning. Wrap the fingers around the chin, the front chin. And on an inhale, slide the heart up and forward towards that lifted right thigh. And as you exhale, pull the navel back. Really engage those abdominal muscles, working with the diaphragm. Inhale, bringing it forward. We're preparing that diaphragm to really understand how it can relax when we get to our supine poses. Do a couple more like that. Inhale comes forward. Exhale finds that bright exhale. Then let the inhale bring you all the way up. Uncross the leg. Bring it out in front of you for what I call a half boat pose. So I'm going to hold on underneath my right knee. Draw it in towards my chest. But with an inhale, I'm going to stretch that right leg out in front of me, opening the chest. And the exhale draws everything in. This is also a good way to pump lymph, but here we're wanting more to find a way to get that diaphragm to really work well, to oxygenate our body and get us ready for our supine poses that will bring us great rest and release. So keep doing it back and forth like that. The inhale is forward, the exhale is back. And the next time you have that right knee back, see if you can take your hand and hold on to, or either keeping the knee bent, either hold on the right hand to the outside of the foot or onto your ankle. And we're going to do a little bit of a half baby, happy baby seated. So on an inhale, I'm going to stretch the leg forward. Exhale. I know Dale has a hip flexor issues here, so she's probably being really gentle with herself. As you can inhale, reach that leg forward. Exhale, bring it back where it wants to go. She's supporting underneath her calf there, which is a good idea. But the inhale comes forward. The exhale brings it back. Okay. Now let's bring that leg gently down and do the other side. So crossing the left leg over the right leg and holding on to, this is a seated spinal twist. And as I inhale, I come forward. As I exhale, I round my spine. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, engage those abdominal muscles to draw them back. Two more. Inhale forward and exhale, bringing it back. Last one. And then coming forward, lifting that left foot up, holding on underneath the left knee. Use the inhale to stretch that foot forward and the exhale, drawing that knee back into the chest. Remember, it's the inhale forward, heart in front of nose, but the exhale is an engagement of all of your abdominal muscles, bright on the abdomen, a nice bright, or even you could call it tight. So the inhale opens everything, and the exhale brightens and tightens. One more like that. And then as you exhale this time, bring the left foot in and hold on to the outside of that left foot or onto the shin. And you can see Dale is supporting herself behind the calf, behind the thigh underneath. Each inhale stretches it a little bit out, and each exhale draws it back in. That's a good support. Inhale, bringing it out. If you can just do it with the leg and the foot and have one arm at your side, that's also another way to support yourself. Last one, and then bring that foot down and turn the left knee out to the side. But let the left foot come forward, far forward. We're going to go into Tarasana. So you want that left foot pretty far forward. Turn the right knee out too and bring the feet together. So you're not in Baddha Konasana, you're in Tarasana. So the feet are pretty far away from you. There you go. And let's just sort of rock from side to side, placing your hands on either side of you, rock from side to side. So we're really limbering up our hip joints so that we can come into some bridge poses. Make sure that our hips are working very nicely. And then place the feet on the floor. And walk your hands back just a little bit. Separate your feet and your knees. And then moving both knees to one side. And then back to center on the inhale and to the opposite side. Now, when we do that, twisting like that, we're exhaling, right? Inhale brings you center, and exhale brings you over to one side. So there, where you might really feel how that exhale is working, drawing inward in order to allow those hips to feel comforted and supported. Let the bright, tight exhale support your twist. Kind of feels good on the obliques on the outside too. Good. Now, coming to one side, whichever side, we're going to slide ourselves, getting ready for bridge pose. See if you have either a blanket before you go down or a block to come all the way into your bridge pose, rolling onto your back with your knees bent. Okay. And with your knees bent, bring your hands down by your side. Let the palms be on the floor, a little tiny distance from your torso. On an inhale, just lift the chest rise. And as you exhale, we're going to start using the soft exhale, not the bright one. As you exhale, you just feel everything melt in the center of your body. Feel all of the muscles, those abdominal muscles, get very, very soft. In breath brings the chest slightly up. And the exhale softens the navel into the center of your body. Now this time, let the hips actually come up with your chest. In breath, lifts the hips slightly up off the floor. And a slow, long, soft exhale to bring in the hips down. 2 more pulses like that. The in-breath brings you up. And the out-breath slowly lets the hips rest on the floor. 1 more like that, but maybe you can reach for your block or blanket and slide it right underneath your sacrum and rest it down. Now from here, we're really going to practice melting. Yes, this is where the soft exhale comes in. It's easy to let the in-breath in this slight back bend, let the chest open, and unrestricted opening of the chest with an inhale. But as you exhale, imagine that everything between your hip bones is melting chocolate. And that block underneath your hips with a blanket is a marshmallow. So on another in-breath, which is the opportunity to sustain us, but the out-breath is what releases, what melts us, which gives us the opportunity to let go of what makes us anxious. One more like that, really getting into the lengthening of that exhale. So easy to inhale and the exhale, slow and soft. One more inhale to remove the block. And then let your hips rest on the floor. Exercise prepares the body for sleep because it helps us stabilize our back, which is very stable now on the floor. Make it a little bit more stable. Let your knees rest on each other and separate your feet a little bit. This also helps the stabilization of our back. How else do we prepare the body for sleep? Well, we've loosened up the spine with much exercise here and our bright exhaling. And we also have prepared our abdominal muscles and diaphragm to now release into deep sleep. So you can stay here like this, or maybe lengthen your legs out in front of you, coming into a traditional Shavasana, sunset pose. Or stay with your knees placed together. I like that myself. Let's reach our arms up overhead for one inhale. And as slow as possible, make it as slow and soft as possible. Let every muscle in your body melt like chocolate in the summer sun. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling, that little tiny gesture there. And the goal here in Shavasana is to keep your mind still connected with that breath. And with the intention of letting that soft exhale become softer and longer. So continue to keep your mind on your breathing. At each exhale, feel your whole body melt. Each breath in is a welcome to unseen gifts that help sustain each moment. But each breath out is a way of saying no to those things that make us anxious. So making your out breath longer and longer, softer and softer. Bring your awareness to the surface of your body, that place where your skin touches the air around you. And then drawing that awareness inward towards your breath to make it a little bit longer with each inhale and a little bit softer with each exhale. A little deeper on the inhale, softer and longer with the exhale. Bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Let your arms come up overhead as you inhale. And using a soft exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest and let your arms wrap around them, whatever feels good to you. Feeling that soft exhale in the center of your body, getting deeper and longer. And then roll from side to side and make your way up to a seated posture. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. And I would like to invite everyone, wherever you may be, to make the sound of Om with me and my special assistants here. Remembering, when you feel anxious, it's not the breath in. It's not time to take a deep breath if you feel anxious. That is the moment to breathe out. Soft exhale. And now let's breathe in together and make the sound of Om with a soft exhale. Namaste. Thank you for joining Yoga for Cancer. Thank you, Sheila, Dale, and Kathleen. And I hope to see you here again next Monday to talk about more ways yoga can help those who are recovering from cancer treatments or those who are recovering from whatever brings us to anxious moments. Namaste.